So, hallo erstmal zu Tribe DJ oder DJ Tribe. Kostet 17,99 €. Dafür gibt es eine Menge Knöpfe und Regler. Geht hier auch Handtracking? Habe ich wahrscheinlich nicht angemacht. Nee. Learn the basics.
Hello, DJ. My name is DJ Hapa, also known as the DJ Coach. Welcome to Tribe, where you're among fellow music lovers who want to share our love and passion for music with the rest of the world. I'm here to help you get started.
Yeah.
So let's get going. First off, you should be in front of the decks. Now, for some reason, the decks are not in front of you. Go ahead and hit the Y button on your left-hand controller. That Y button will reset the decks and snap you right behind them.
Okay.
But speaking of decks, you have a full setup in front of you. This type of rig you would find on a festival stage or nightclubs around the world, and I don't want you to be intimidated. I know there's a ton of knobs and faders and buttons. What does it all do? Don't worry, I'll show you how it all works. But just to point this out, you have two decks. Here's one deck, here's your second deck, and here's the mixer in the middle. My job here at Tribe is to help you get started and to pick up some momentum. So, we've created some lessons that will walk you through some of the basics. I'll explain a concept, then I'll do it, and then you'll do it.
Okay.
And by the time we're done, you will know enough of the basics to be able to get started and start having fun inside of Tribe. Now, if for some reason you want to skip the tutorials right now, no worries. You can always access them later inside of Free Play, inside of the main menu. But I hope that you'll come along with us right now.
Ja, machen wir mal listen.
All right, it's time for me to jump behind the decks with you. So I know that some of us might be newer to VR. So if I hold my palms up to the sky, we'll see this blue sphere. This is the contact point. So as I hover over a fader or a knob or a button, it will light up blue. And that means it's ready to be controlled. In fact, I actually have a pink bar right in front of me if you look down, and I can raise or lower the height of the table. Pretty cool feature. So I'm going to use my trigger finger to be able to grab either a fader or a knob or a button, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Here we go. I'm going to hover over the volume fader. I'm going to grab it by holding the trigger in, and now I can move my arm, my wrist with it, and it's like I'm controlling an actual fader. Same thing with the knob. I can hover over the low. And I'm just twisting my wrist as I'm holding it. Just like I would a regular knob. If I hit a button, same thing. Great. In fact, actually, even with the jog wheel, I can rewind it. Pretty cool, right? All right, let me get out of the way so that you can try it out. And when you are ready to move on to the next lesson, just go ahead and click next lesson.
We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said, 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 Biggie said he had the hat to match. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said, 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 Biggie said, Biggie said, Biggie said, lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said, 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 Biggie said, Biggie said he had the hat to match.
let's talk about loading songs. So we need some music to be able to DJ with. So let me show you where we can get our music. Go ahead and hit B on the right-hand controller. That'll bring up our menu. The second icon in is music. Let's click on that. And here's where we're going to find our sample songs. So let's go ahead and load one song onto one deck, and then let's load another song onto our other deck. So now, just to ensure that the songs have come in properly, if I look over at the top of the CDJ, there is a screen. Inside of that screen, we'll see a waveform that's been built. We'll see the title of the song and the BPM, and I can see I've got that on both decks, which means awesome, we're good to go. So now it's your turn. All I'm going to have you do is just load 2 songs, one on each deck, and then when you're ready, go ahead and click Next Lesson. Go for it.
Machen wir das. Kartoffel? Das nehmen wir auch. Ja, haben wir.
All right, let's talk about play and pause. So there are tons of knobs and buttons on this rig, but I just want to draw your attention to the bottom left-hand corner of the player, of each player, right there. That is our play pause button. So we'll go ahead and hit play. Track plays. Hit it again, and the track pauses. Simple enough. Now it's your turn. Give that a shot. And when you're ready, go ahead and click Next.
We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said, 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 Biggie said he had the hat to match.
Now, the Q button is a little trickier. In fact, this is what I would call a bookmark. So it's like a temporary bookmark. And right now, it's set to the very beginning of the track. And the way that I know that is if you hover over, you'll be able to see there's a little orange triangle right at the very beginning. That is our temporary cue. And you can tell that this is orange and that triangle is orange. So they correspond. So watch what happens when I hit the cue. I'm holding the trigger down and it's playing. As soon as I let my hand off the trigger, it goes back to the very beginning, back to that orange part. So, now, this is a way that I can preview the song before playing it. And in fact, this is great as you're listening to a song and auditioning it before bringing it into the mix. So, as I do this, and I go back to the top, I'm actually saving myself a lot of time. The alternative would be to hit play, then hit pause, then rewind the song back to the top. By using cue, I'm saving a lot of time and a lot of effort by just using cue and holding it down. So I want you to try something. It's going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift your hand up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift your hand up. So I'm just letting this play for 4 beats.
Und dann
Great.
Drisch.
Now it's your turn. Give this a shot, and when you're ready to move on, go ahead and click Next to move.
We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said, 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 you know, Biggie said. Biggie said he had the hat to match.
Now, I can use cue and play together, and I want to show you how we do this. This is a very common gesture that DJs will use on physical hardware. You'll see this happen a lot now that I point this out. When you watch DJs play off of CDJs like this, you'll see how people are using the cue and the play button together. So let's start by holding this down. And now, as I'm holding it with my other hand, I can go ahead and click play. And as I do, I can let my hand off of both of those, and it's going to continue to play. So, and if I want to go back to the beginning, I'm not going to hit pause. I'm going to hit cue. and it goes right back to that orange triangle, which was set up to the very beginning. So again, I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to hit Q. And then with my other hand, I'm going to hit play, let both hands off, and now it's playing. Now if I want to get back to the very beginning, do I hit play or do I hit Q? I hit Q, and gets back to the very beginning. And now the reason why it goes back to the very beginning is because, again, that's where the cue is set up to that triangle. Later on, we'll show you how we can actually move the cue and cue up to a different part within the song. We'll show you that next. But first, I want you to give this a shot. So go ahead and try that, and when you're ready to move on, go ahead and click next.
Gedrückt halten. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said, 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 you know, Biggie said. Biggie said he had the hat to match. Lumberjacks, you know. Aus.
You are doing so awesome. I just want you to know that. We're going to keep going, and I'm going to show you how we can move the cue. So let's say we had the cue at the very beginning, which we have right now, but let's say we didn't want it there. Let's say we wanted it somewhere else in the track. Well, the way to move it would be this. I'm going to go ahead and start playing. And when I pause it, let's pause it right here. Now you'll notice that the cue is blinking. You see how that yellow light is blinking? That means it's ready to record my new cue. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cue, and you'll see what happens is that jumped over. So if I look over the deck, we'll see that that orange triangle is no longer at the very beginning. It is now where I just set it to be. So now when I hit this, it's taking it from that point. Great. So what I want you to do is you can choose anywhere in the song you want, but I want you to move the temporary cue. And then I want you to move it back. So I want you to move it somewhere to your liking, and then for good measure and for good practice, I want you to move it back to the very beginning. Okay? Great. And once you've done that, I want you to go ahead and click next.
kriege ihn jetzt wieder zurück. Da.
We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match.
Wie kriege ich denn wieder zurück? Ah.
We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said he had the hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know, Biggie said, 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 Biggie said, Biggie said. Biggie said he had the hat to match.
Oops.
I just wanna get together. Come on, bring your records. Let's play house. Let's play house. I just wanna get together. Come on, bring your records. Let's play house. Let's play house. I just wanna get together. Come on, bring your records. Let's play house. Let's play house. I just wanna get together. Come on, bring your records. Let's play house. Let's play house. I just wanna get together. Come on, bring your records. Let's play house. Let's play house. I just wanna get together. Come on, bring your records. Let's play house. Let's play house. I just wanna get together. Come on, bring your records. Let's play house. Let's play
Hat to match. We call them lumberjacks. You know.
Okay, let's talk about
Okay,
the volume.
let's
Right here in the mixer section, I know we've been spending a lot of time looking at the players themselves, but let's talk about the mixer section here. There is a volume control for each one of my players, and you can see I've got a volume fader here, and this is controlling this deck, and I've got a volume fader here, and this is controlling this deck. Now, you're also noticing that I'm using both of my hands. But we're not going to use both of our hands at the same time when we're mixing these songs together. So I just want you to be able to grab this volume fader and be able to move it up and down. We can slowly bring it up and down, or we can sort of quickly bring this up and down. Let me show you what this sounds like if you've got the song playing. So slow fade out, slow fade up, or quick fade down. You're noticing that I can do this rhythmically as well, right? So volume fader, I want you to go ahead and try and grab it and try it slow, and then also try it fast. And when you're ready to move on, go ahead and click next, and we'll
Okay, Ich mache jetzt hier mal kurz Stopp und gehe mal ins Hauptmenü. Gucken, was man da noch machen kann. Free Play. Load your own tracks, eigene Tracks laden, Equipment konfigurieren, Freunde einladen und Livestream. So. Hier kann man wieder was lernen. Achievements. Ja, guck, noch gar nichts gemacht. Rooms. Achso, nee, Visuals, da wollte ich hin. Mirrored. Wie Visuals? Ach Quatsch. Ah, Greenscreen. Mich unsichtbar. Witzig. Settings. Was ist das? Mach's mal an. Ist da noch einen anderen Mixer? Nee, ich will lieber das. Oh, habe ich jetzt... Nee. Okay. Ja, ich mache jetzt hier auch mal Schluss. Aladi hatte doch einen anderen Hintergrund hier. Darf ich nochmal nachgucken? Oh. Tracks. Music Folder in Shared Forest, Sherwood Forest, genau. Shared Storage. Soundcloud. Okay. Gucken wir uns den auch noch mal kurz an. Den 3000er. Nichts geladen. Hm.
One shot, no chase like a sniper. 3 shots, no waste, feeling hyper. Might start a little fight, not gonna sugarcoat it. 6 shots, stand back, cause I'm fully loaded. One shot, no chase like a sniper. 3 shots, no waste, feeling hyper. Might start a little fight, not gonna sugarcoat it. 6 shots, stand back, cause I'm fully loaded.
Furchtbar. Der war hart. Ich höre jetzt auf. Krass. So. Aus. Schon witzig.